So we'll get started with the first presentation. This is the tablet war, and we have two proponents here. For iPad is Jatin.
Hi guys.
And for Galaxy is Vineet.
Hello everyone.
All right. So let's get started.
We'll start with two quick ads for the specific tablets itself. Just to give you folks an idea of what the company thinks about these tablets. I think some of you would have seen this ad, the Samsung one. iPad, I'm not quite sure. At least I haven't seen this in India. So this should be new for folks. Cool. So like most things, Apple, short but to the point. We'll start with the discussion now. What we have done is try to arrange it into various sections. The first one is the out of the box experience, and I'll let Vineet take over with his points about the Samsung tab.
Okay, so in this section we will focus on really what is the initial reaction that a typical user has as soon as he gets the tablet out of the box. So, so this was something that I got a couple of months ago, and as soon as I took it out of the box, it's a pretty sleek one. So I had looked at it earlier as well before buying. So it's a good wide screen. So like a typical computer or a laptop screen, it's in the landscape mode. So it's much wider than the height of it. So it's got a pretty good finish on the back as well. You can see the back cameras. There is a front camera. So there is stereo on both sides. So we'll talk about some of these in the later sections. But the thing that strikes you most is as soon as you switch on the tablet. So you can notice the pretty high resolution of the tablet, and that's what impresses users the most as soon as you take it, bring it out of the box and start it. Setup, the initial setup is the typical standard Android setup, a quick couple of minutes setup which got me working with the device. So then I had configured a password as well, which is what shows up here. But first time you come to a screen, a home page which looks like this. Again, pretty bright screen, pretty good resolution thing. And one of the first things that I as a user did was to configure my email account just to get myself going with the tablet and get an experience of what all is possible. And the setup again was pretty simple. So I just clicked, so there is a settings section here in which you can go in. There is an accounts and sync section, and when I did an add account, here is where you can configure all your email accounts and the social network accounts. So it has Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, corporate, personal emails, all of that available, already built into. And it was a pretty quick 2-minute setup to get started on this. And once all of that was configured, my email started appearing here. So it has a combined email box. So I have configured my Hotmail account and my corporate account. Both of them come up here. And it's pretty simple, and I can see emails. It's color coded, and that gets me going. On the multimedia side, it has a built-in music player, a video player, all the necessary stuff, because the focus in this device is really on the multimedia aspect. Finally, for apps, there is enough apps on the Android market. It has an inbuilt natively available Android market in this, where there are tons and tons of tablet-friendly applications that users have added over a period of time, and Google makes it available for all of us. So this was a quick over thing. So couple of things which I did want to kind of showcase, which is not obvious to you as a user once you open this tablet, is what we are calling as some of the hidden gems. So the beauty about Android is that you can see, if you look at closely, right? So this is my home page, and then it's really a panoramic view of the home page. So I have multiple home screens that I can configure. And in this home screens, in addition to applications at the bottom, is also what are called widgets, which is typical Android one. So I have added a few widgets, which is really some highlights or snippets about the application itself, which shows up without you having to open the application. So like in case of my email, it shows me all the most important emails that come up without I having to open the application. And to add a widget is straightforward. I just do a long press on the screen. There is a range of inbuilt widgets that are available, and also as you install more applications, more widgets come up. You can add these widgets onto any screen that you want, and it gets added here. So this was a Google one that I added. The next one which I wanted to kind of show you is the input aspect of the device. So when I just pick up any place where I need to type, so this is the standard keyboard that comes up. So but one of the unique things that is there in primarily Android provided, and hence it's there in this device, is also the swipe keyboard, which is a pretty good type of a keyboard, where I don't really need to lift my fingers when I'm typing, and which is very comfortable when you hold a tablet with one hand and try to do your typing. So let's say I do my, okay, so let's say I want to type mobility, oops. And it has an auto correction as well, mobility user. So it's pretty easy to type when I'm holding a tablet, when I'm lying down on a bed and I want to do some typing. So, and the last two things which I wanted to show you here was more on the application side. So there are pretty well developed or wide range of applications that are available. Two things which I wanted to focus on, which is not natively there in Android but it's there in this device, is one is what are called Samsung hubs. It is Samsung's applications that have been added on the device. The first one is what is called a social hub, which brings together all your different social media pieces together. So I have configured my Facebook, Twitter, and my LinkedIn account here. So this is a single place where all the three are there, and I can filter and look at one if required, or I can look at all the three together. Last one is more for as a user, is the Office application. If I want to create or view presentations or documents, I don't have to go buy application. It's all inbuilt in there and put in there by Samsung itself. So this one has what is called Polaris Office. Some of the newer devices have another document editing application which is more commonly used, what is called Quick Office. So both of them lets you create presentations, not just view but also create, edit presentations, and you don't have to really go buying specific software for it. So some things which I wanted to point out which are not obvious when you get. So overall I think it's a pretty good device. Any questions, thoughts, first impressions?
How is it different from Galaxy S2 or something like that, other than?
So Galaxy S2 is a phone, so this is a tablet. Yeah. So and this has this has a different version of operating system, which is Honeycomb, which is the 3.0 one, built primarily for tablets. Galaxy S2 would have Gingerbread, which is 2.3.3. This is 3.1. So and yeah, sorry, please go ahead.
Functionality wise, I mean, the same functionality can be provided by Galaxy S2 or Tab also, right? Not Tab, I mean, no.
So this has a lot more features built into the distinct. Specifically, it's built for wider screens. And if you notice some of the applications, right? Let me just open my email. So you would see what is called a fragment-based UI, which is like primarily built for wider screen. So you will have a left section and a right section. While phones, you would really see it collapsed into one. You would just see this section, and when I click on it, I will see more details about that. So that is one. There is lots of newer applications have as well and functionality as well that has been built in. One thing from a business perspective that they have added, which is most asked for, which is missing in the phones, is support for inbuilt device encryption. So you don't have to really worry about in case the device gets stolen. So there is lots in that way which has been added. So now what with Ice Cream Sandwich, what Google has gone ahead and done is imported some of these features back into their phone so that it can work on phone as well. So which was really missing in the phone, so you couldn't encrypt your phone. So now with the Ice Cream Sandwich, which was released a couple of months ago, that's available for phones as well. So in the longer run, what you will see happening is both phones and tablets having the same operating system series or the version which will work on both and the same features being available. So that's one of the key goals of the Ice Cream Sandwich release that Google did a couple of months ago. Yeah, it's the same thing which will work on both. So currently it's been released for a phone, but I think day before yesterday there was a release for a tablet. It's for Asus Transformer Prime that has been released, so it's for a tablet. So Samsung Nexus Prime was released a couple of, I think about early December is when, or end of November is when it got released, and tablet is coming soon as well.
Can you group icons together and form a folder like you do in iPad?
Yeah, so there is support for folders, but it's not, I think Jatin will talk about in a minute, but it is possible to create shortcuts and folders as well in this.
Even the gaming experience should be much better on this.
Yeah, I'll show you a demo of this. So it does support full HD viewing capability. I also have a HD game downloaded on this, so you can see the experience. So it's pretty good in that.